Well, if you're just joining us, of course, you're still watching Old Sports, and then it's time for us to talk about the biggest deals. Just in case to keep updated with everything sports, remember that the social media platform is on your screen. Do well to engage and be our friend on that platform. Well, our topic today is concerning every football loving Nigerian. Now that Odion Ighalo is a player for Manchester United, we're asking, should he be convinced to rejoin the Super Eagles of Nigeria, or should he just be left to concentrate on his club duties and be left right there in retirement, or should he be convinced? Remember that all these conversations, you can react to them by texting us. Let us know what exactly is on your mind. The number is on your screen, and of course the comment section on our YouTube pages. The gentlemen will give their thesis, starting with Dare Oguns.
Lionel Messi, Zinedine Zidane, Roger Milla. These great players have been called out of retirement to come play for their national team. And guess what? They did a fantastic job after being called out of the national team. I mean, Lionel Messi is still playing. Why is Odion Ighalo be different? When he was in China, he was playing for the Super Eagles. Now he's playing for arguably one of the greatest teams of all time in the English Premier League. I think he deserves a recall or a rejoin back to the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Odion Ighalo, one of the greatest strikers the Super Eagles have ever produced. He retired voluntarily from the Super Eagles. So him joining Manchester United now shouldn't be a reason we should convince him back to join the Super Eagles, since we have new kids on the block like Victor Osimhen.
You're welcome back from that thesis statement. Quite very, very passionate deliveries by these gentlemen. And let's see how the conversation will go. So let's just go right into it. Yeah, so Ighalo should be convinced, should not be convinced. Let me start with you, Afisayo.
Why should Ighalo be convinced to come back to the national team? We have young, upcoming strikers that are lighting Europe up with their goals. Victor Osimhen comes to mind. Ighalo, we haven't even seen him perform for Manchester United. He was in China. It wasn't as if he was blazing in goals for Shanghai Shenhua. So why should he be convinced to come back to the national team? It would hinder the progress of these young players that are coming up, the likes of Victor Osimhen, Dennis Bonaventure, that scored 2 goals against Real Madrid. If someone like Ighalo, he has been doing well for Club Brugge this season in the Belgian league, and we all know in the Super Eagles, there is this myth that there is seniority in the Super Eagles. If someone like Ighalo should come back to the Super Eagles, the progress of people like Victor Osimhen, Dennis Bonaventure will be in that.
If it's based on seniority, then I think one like Jude Ighalo or John Hogu rather should also still be playing in the national team. And he was not even getting the decent call up. As in, he was not getting enough playing time while being called up for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. A certain Wilfred Ndidi was starting ahead of him. Shows meritocracy. So when it comes to that of seniority, I think the argument is being punctured. Talk about a player who has got 16 goals and 13 appearances for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. He deserves a look in any day, anytime. And when you also
Ighalo retired voluntarily. He retired voluntarily, and he wasn't forced. Zidane retired from Le Bleu on his own, but they didn't have a good replacement. They didn't have a good replacement, but Nigeria, we have ready-made replacement for Ighalo. Victor Osimhen has scored 14 goals this season, and he has 5 assists. He has been lighting up the French league this season. Bringing someone like Ighalo that retired voluntarily on his own without being forced out of the team will hinder the progress of Victor Osimhen.
Anyone can retire voluntarily. But what I want you to know is that
you made a reference to Zidane. Did France have a replacement for Zidane?
They don't have.
They tried Pedretti, they tried Gokov, and it didn't work out. But Nigeria, we have a ready-made replacement for Odion Ighalo.
In the last 3 to 4 years, who is our best striker? It's obviously Odion Ighalo. So I can as well say, to an extent, we don't have anyone who has scored as much goals for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Victor Osimhen for Charleroi last season, he lit up the Belgian league, which facilitated his move to Lille.
Very true.
No. Permit me to say this very quickly. There is an adage from a certain Jose Mourinho. He said, young players are like watermelon. Until you open and taste what is inside, you can't really say how sweet they are.
But if we base it on the fact that, okay, Ighalo just signed for Manchester United, an organization that is clueless, directionless.
Interesting.
They don't even know what they are doing.
Interesting.
If we are going to base that that's why we are going to call Ighalo back to the national team. I don't think it makes any sense.
Maybe we need to remind him that a clueless organization is currently sixth on the log as far as the EPL is concerned. Allow me talk, please. A clueless organization just signed a certain Bruno Fernandes because they realized in the creative midfielder. A clueless organization realized in the striker at the front of goal, a point nine, and they go for a certain Odion Ighalo. Yet to call them clueless.
Let me point something to you. 2 weeks ago, when the Ighalo news broke, people laughed about it. It showed United are now a circus.
And it shows his potential.
Even the signing, a certain Idiogo Johnson said United can't even attract the best strikers in the world anymore. That is why they went for Odion Ighalo. So if you are going to base it that because he signed for Manchester United, they suppose big club that is clueless and directionless, for him to come back to the national team, then what are we doing?
Maybe I need to remind you
that we have a certain Victor Osimhen.
He just concluded Nations Cup in a tournament that has the likes of Mane and Salah. He ended up scoring more goals than them. 5 goals. The closest to him was 3 goals. That speaks a lot of his capability and his ability as a poacher in front of goal. And let me complete my explain about Osimhen very quickly. An injury to a young, fast-rising player can actually affect his psychology. When it comes to a certain Odion Ighalo, we know he has the experience. Nothing can shake him anymore. One thing, bully from the fans as far as players is concerned, they can lose was their performance. All this, Osimhen have not seen in recent years.
Was Ighalo forced out of the national team?
Anyone can choose to retire.
He retired voluntarily.
Can bring them back.
What we are saying is, if he didn't sign for Manchester United, a clueless big club, nobody will even think of calling him back to the national team.
So before we go, which is going to be your last thought, how good is Odion Ighalo? Let me start with you, Fisayo.
It's a mystery.
Wow.
We can't even say how many goals has he scored for Shanghai Shenhua. We can't even say, okay, this is his state of mind. How fit he is right now. It's like a gamble United took, just like the gamble Fergie took on Eric Larsson. But this one might be a disaster. Because we don't even know the state of performance Ighalo is.
Dari, how do you rate Ighalo?
If a player in his first season with Watford scored 20 goals in 35 appearances, a gamble, then I would love to take that gamble. If a player will score 16 goals playing for the national team of 35 appearances as score, it's a gamble. Then please give me, I would like to put my money in such gamble.
How many years ago did Ighalo do what you just told me?
He just scored 5 goals I just concluded Nations Cup. What else do you want?
We have a new kid on the block, Victor Osimhen. He's lighting up the league.
What did you just say? You call him a kid?
New kid on the block. Why should we hinder his progress? Because a certain former striker signed for a club with lost glory.
The national team become a platform for progress compared to his club side.
He has played well for his club side. He played well for his club side last season for Charleroi.
Gentlemen,
wasn't he at the Nations Cup? How many goals did he score at the Nations Cup? Did he get his time?
And we are back. Wow, good deliveries, I must say. I must commend this gentleman. I mean, it's not easy, especially for Fisayo, to defend a cause that says that a lot of Nigerians are currently clamoring for in terms of fun. And he's saying, no, I don't think it's good enough to be convinced, back to the Super Eagles. And of course, Dari believes that this guy is the real deal. He is 16 goals in 30 plus games, and that right there means for every 2 games he gets 1 goal. But here's my final whistle. I think, quite frankly, the team that United has become has, in a way, made them look quite desperate. And when your top striker, your most efficient player in Marcus Rashford is injured, you have to look inwards and look outwards and everywhere. I kind of slide slowly to Dari, who feels he should be convinced, because the truth is, yes, there's a new kid on the block in Victor Osimhen, like Fisayo rightfully mentioned. But sometimes you also need the old heads, the old hands, the quality and experience of a player like Odion Ighalo to come through. But here is my thing. Just like Fisayo said, if Odion Ighalo had signed for Celtic, if he had signed for Rangers in England, in Scotland, would he be recalled? If he had signed for a team in Azerbaijan, but because he signed for Manchester United, a team that we all also see the kind of challenges they have right now, is it good enough? But I leave you to decide that, okay? I do want to let us know what exactly it is you think by texting us on the number on your screen, as well as commenting on our social media platform, especially YouTube and Hotspot. The gentlemen have had a thoroughly beautiful time in the studio, and so have I. And we hope, of course, we've had the good time with you guys. Guys, we want to say thank you very much to you, Fisayo. Thank you so much for coming through.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, and then Dari, of course, well done. It's always a tough shift whenever you go up against
if not for his name, I would have said he's a Senegalese.
Of course, very big, very, very hard-hearted, and very big-headed in terms of facts, and of course being stubborn when it comes to delivering his point. Of course, that's right there is the passionate cruise that we talk about. Of course, the gentlemen have done a good job, and we hope we've had the privilege of your time. Well, for me, Babajide Guerrero, is me telling you to remember, always treat people the way you like to be treated. Take care of yourself, look after each other, have a good week ahead. Bye for now.